experimented, and then we later decided to stop it. The issue is, Andrew, in my case, we were prayerful, we were cautious, we went into it, and we immediately stopped it. In your case, you chain smoke and drink constantly.
Tell me why chain smoking is a sin. Yeah, tell me why chain smoking is a sin,
why
idiot.
if you had a healthy marriage, would you want, why would you want
Tell me, dumbass. Tell me. Give me an argument. Give me a fucking argument. I just gave you many. Give me a single argument.
Why is smoking sinful?
Yeah, Google it. Google it. Give me anything.
You're polluting the temple, which is sanctified by the reception.
Oh, you're a Mormon now? Are you a Mormon now? You're a Mormon, Erudite?
In Orthodoxy, various derogatory terms have developed to describe smoking, such as the incense of Satan. Are you putting out the...
You mean like the incense that are used in the church? This is a conflation, by the way.
Is the incense of Satan what you're...
The official stance on the official stance of the single Orthodox Church is not that smoking is sinful, Erudite. Sorry to be the one to... Sorry to be bearer of bad news.
Means that you're serving your addiction, not your God.
No, that's not even what that means. That's not even what that means. No, it's not.
Are you saying you don't have an addiction to nicotine, Andrew?
Even if I did or I didn't, that doesn't necessarily mean it's sinful. Tell me why it would be a sin.
Hold on. Do you have an addiction to nicotine, Andrew?
Yes. Tell me why that's a sin. Tell me why it's a sin. Tell me why it's a sin.
Because if you have an addiction... that means that you're not serving God, you're serving an addiction. That means that there's a great...
Where? Show me anywhere inside of your fucking crazy interpretation of the Bible where having an addiction...
The golden calf is a great example where you're not supposed to. There's multiple...
Okay, hold on.
Wait, the golden calf?
If was using a reasonable interpretation of the Bible, having addictions to bad substances that put your health in poor standing is probably always going to be a bad thing. Or, Andrew, do you think smoking weed is okay?
Yeah, for the most part. I don't have any issues.
Do you think doing heroin is okay?
No, I think heroin is different.
Okay, can you tell me what is the difference between heroin and smoking cigarettes or marijuana?
Yeah, so when you're talking about nicotine specifically, especially, which is the addictive quality of cigarettes, not even really...
Hold on.
No, hold on, nothing. I'll let you ask. I'll let you finish, but let me finish.
Wait, you're answering a question no one's asking. No one here is asking a question about nicotine. I don't think anybody brought up nicotine ever. We're talking about smoking cigarettes. That's what you do. You don't take a pill. You don't have a patch. You smoke a cigarette. So what's interesting, like smoking a cigarette and doing heroin, like biblically? And I don't ask for passages, just in terms of general understanding of how God would want us to live our lives.
So when you're talking about the distinction, you're talking about the distinction of mind-altering devices, which would open you up to what's called the legis.
This is the Christian copium coming
It's not only the cope, but this is why they say that getting drunk on wine is the debauchery.
You guys heard it here. Addiction isn't a sin.
Stop talking. So I can answer the question, Erudite. So yeah, I know. Wallahi. Just you know what?
Wallahi.
Hey, go get yourself another dating website. You know, go put yourself on Tinder again. Genius. That's the Christian way. But anyway, back to this. When you're talking about mind-altering devices like psychedelics or like overt drunkenness or heroin or things like this, which are, it becomes a dependency and you begin to focus on the mind-altering portion of this, you open yourself up to what's called the logisme and demonic influence. There's a distinct... Sin is a process, just like redemption is a process. These are processes. Being saved is a process. It's not just an action.
I don't understand how that answered anything at all.
It's nothing. He's literally just...
What were you confused? Tell me what you were confused about, and I'll elucidate it.
Catholic, would you agree with this?
When we say mind altering, there's a lot of things in life that are altering the mind. If we talk about like a psychoactive or a psychedelic substance, right? Alcohol, nicotine,
caffeine.
Yeah, caffeine. These are like psychoactive substances. They have an impact on the mind. I don't know how coffee or nicotine doesn't open you up for the demonic influences, but like marijuana
and
also,
it is a bad argument.
You do MDMA to look cool to your fans. Okay, nobody's gonna listen.
I'm
gonna ask you a question. Why did you and Nick decide that dating wasn't a good idea?
Why did you decide that dating your dad was a good idea?
He made that decision for her. To be fair,
let's let him finish his chain of questions, and then you can go. Okay, go ahead, Destiny.
Yeah, I'm just curious how we decide that some mind-altering things, and if you want to say, well, psychoactive things like nicotine and caffeine and alcohol, that's different than psychedelic things, like LSD or mushrooms, which is fine. They are different. But then what about things like opioids? My understanding is I don't believe you hallucinate when you do like an opiate.
It's not about hallucination. It's not about hallucination at all. It's about a pattern of behavior with mind-altering substances which would make you distinctly open to the presence of the demonic. So if you're asking, for instance, let's say you had two guys and they both drank coffee, right? One of them drank it, and the caffeine made their mind a little bit sharper, or it helped them wake up. So all it did was enhance what was ordinarily there, okay, in a slight variation. But you had another guy who drank caffeine and coffee, and instead they like saw shit when they drank it for whatever reason. They had like some caffeine allergy or some bizarre shit. Then we would say that the caffeine in this particular instance for the one individual, and this is all denominations everywhere, would be bad and is probably opening you up to something bad, whereas everybody else who drinks it, who doesn't have that reaction, we can normatively say it's not problematic.
So God's
That's,
utilitarian.
I guess that's interesting. I've never, usually when it comes to just for my barely whatever as a Catholic, the idea that like a individual person would
Catholics believe this too.
If the thing they were, well, I've never in my life have I ever heard a Catholic justification for smoking or drinking. Even the drinking one was one that our preachers usually had to talk around because you consume wine.
Well, what did they say about fast food? What did they say about fast food? Hang on. What did the Catholics? Grace, let me finish my exchange. I've let you talk plenty. Give me a second. What did they say about fast food, Destiny?
I imagine that they would also say you probably have some kind of obligation to take care of your health as well.
Yeah, but what did they say to you specifically about fast food? Did they tell you if you got McDonald's, it was a mortal sin?
Probably not,
Yeah,
but probably because
not.
there's like a moderating way that you can consume foods that aren't optimal for your
Right.
health.
So then the teachings are in line. They're saying that if you were a person, let's say, who went every day and ate McDonald's for lunch, do you think that the Catholic priests would tell you that you're engaging in sinful behavior?
Probably not, but
Probably
McDonald's
not.
food is a kind of thing, which is food that you eat, which is okay. Cigarettes
Yeah, and this
are
is a kind of thing which you smoke, and
yeah,
it has
that you should
nicotine in
abstain
it.
from probably completely.
Why?
There's no compelling reason. Because it's a substance that you're using to cope with your body.
Yeah,
because
but you're
unable to
eating
have a good
poisonous
relationship with
food.
God, you're unable to meditate on life. You're unable to focus on your
How-
problems.
You're
Like,
not unable to do any of those
No,
things.
no, no,
Destiny,
no.
you're
You
not
can-
unable
it's a
to do
mild
any of those
stimulant.
things.
It's a
I
mild
like how they're
stimulant.
fighting this while they're chain smoking their cigarettes.
You're not.
It's fine. It's not necessarily.
I
You
don't
are
have
not
a problem. I don't have
unable
a
to do
problem
any
with
of
you
the
guys
things
having
that
a
Destiny just said you're unable
Just
to
be
do when you
clear,
smoke. That's ridiculous.
Just so you guys know, as a good Christian, you guys get to go on your journey. You guys can do whatever